You know, there's nothing more that I love than sitting here at Burnsy's Jazz Club, all the way down at 24 million blocks in the overworld. Last time I showed off this place, it was, for the most part, incomplete, but it still is that way. Ever since the Donkey Dupe came around, most of the people that were here stopped working here. But a few things did get completed, such as Burnsy's Jazz Club. Can I be honest, this place is awesome. I did not expect it to be a jazz club. I had a few guesses, but definitely not a jazz club. It's a bit simple in here, not too much to show off, but we do have this, which I think is a really awesome addition. I don't know how he tuned these, but he tuned those perfectly. Now if we head back out here, this tunnel has now been completed. I've finally installed most of the grass, most of the stone. A few more tunnels have been dug out. Got this one right here. Nothing was built in it, unfortunately. And here's another one where not much was built. The sign's still here. Got an awesome swan over there. I love the swan. Oh, and I don't think the lake was here before either. Yeah, if I'm correct, most of this wasn't here. The beacon is now underground. I put that underground there and made a little bit of a lake here, so you could drop down from the ocean. I installed this path here. Got rid of the minecart elevator that was incomplete. You know, I really didn't give enough attention to this swan. This is an epic build by Diane. If we go back here, by Diane. I think that's how you pronounce it. Diane. Hopefully that's a correct pronunciation. If not, I look like an idiot right now. But this is an awesome build. He's a great builder, honestly. Helped me set this place up. Gathered me materials. Awesome guy. Gave me the idea for the lakes as well. That was an awesome addition. Here we've got Willie's Cavern project. Still incomplete, but I do like it. You got a little bit of a natural terrain going on down here. It sort of is what was going on over there. Drawn out over here. Not much to see here other than this. And if we head this way, there's an epic build that popped up. This one I had no idea was coming up, but it's very, very, very awesome. In my opinion, one of the best builds here. Look at this. Holy crap, this is awesome. It was by, not even gonna try to pronounce that. But here, this build is awesome. It kind of hurts my eyes to look at, honestly, the whole spiral effect. Let me just turn on my brightness. Man. Probably took him a while to set this up and get all the materials. Look at how many coal blocks there are. This is just freaking awesome. You know, I helped mine out this area a bit, but I did not expect this to be built in here. I didn't even know if anything was going to be built in here. Props to him for making this. Seriously cool. Now let's head back down here and see what else has changed, because there are a few other additions to this place. As we know, this place is looking more complete. But what I didn't show off last time is there were a few things, not major, I'm only going to be up there for a few seconds, but a few things that were up near the ocean on the surface. Just a few tiny builds, some of them look incomplete, and some of them are just completely random. Let's go check them out. You know, in retrospect, I should have brought a boat up here. But we're already up here, but I just wanted to appreciate this right here. Look at how that looks from up here. This is completely awesome. And then when you look at it straight down from here, you get that complete spiral effect. You know, if it wasn't enough of a spiral effect down there, it's just completely finished here. Again, majorly awesome build. Oh, here's something I wanted to show off. I mean, it's not really worth showing it off for too long, but somebody decided to lava cast the base. You know, it's not very creative and not very special. But I didn't want to point it out. Give it some attention. Shout it out a bit. Here's another little something I wanted to show off. It's not much, but it looks like somebody was going to build something here. Maybe a little bit of a cave down here. You got some structures here. It's not much so far, but I really wish this would have been completed. I can imagine it would have been really cool to see it finished. Whatever it may have been. Here we go. Down all the way. Wow, that is a crazy drop to the mob grinder. I showed this off last video, but I thought I'd show it off again, as this is the complete video of the 24 million base. This is a mob grinder me and Star928 setup. Wonderful guy. Again, it's not much, but it is just a little bit of a grinder that we use to repair our pickaxes, to get some materials, as we see enchants. Some map art here, just some chests full of stuff. These books are still here. Once again, not much, but still pretty cool. Here we've got Diane's attic. Here's the possessions stolen by the Nazis. Here's a room. Here is the attic. And here's a little observatory post. Huh. Not much, just a few miscellaneous items in here. Tons of fish, though, if you don't have any food when you reach here. There's plenty of food around here. Ever since the dupe, people have just been leaving stuff behind. Like, here's a box of gapples I set up. If you want some gapples, you can take from here as you please. And one last final place I want to give a little bit of attention to is Terminator's wonderful and beautifully amazing, never seen a build better than this, house. It's the location of Terminator's house and home. Just a neat little build. It's too unfortunate that a lot of these builds didn't get finished, but I'm sure that by the time we make it to 30 million, everybody will be on their way to making crazy and amazing builds, and I'll truly have something to show off, some amazing huge builds. Now the last place on my list would be this wonderful, wonderful Nether Hub. Also incomplete, but mostly complete. The floor has finally been installed. A lot of these walls have been completed. I think it got cleaned up. I was installing some of the foliage, but I never got around to finishing it. Ever since the dupe came up, of course, I decided to join along everybody and help duplicate. But man, when I leave this place, I'm going to miss this Nether Hub. I do have a few plans for the 30 million Nether Hub that I want to create. Like a Hall of Heroes is what I'm thinking. Have all of our heads, or maybe a few armor stands or rooms dedicated to the players who built this place, who mined the X Plus highway, who walked through it. But I am going to miss this place though. This is one of those builds that have been more creative. You know, I've made a lot of builds, but this was definitely one of the most creative builds I've ever had the pleasure of making. And here's a sign I left behind. I built this staircase. It's pretty freaking ugly. It's about time I fixed it though, now that I'm going to leave this place. There we go. Let's just break this block right here and fix it. Oh, are you kidding me? Now that I've got that over, this is the 24 overworld 3 million Nether Hub, and it's full glory. Built by many, 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 many players, including players like Star, myself, Terminator, Damien. All the players in a way contributed, whether they contributed materials, pickaxes, to the grinder. They all helped us out in one way or another. And I think it was all worth it. This place turned out awesome. I can only imagine what it'd be like for other players to come down here after this whole thing is over. And they just see this place and they can just appreciate this entire build and be able to experience maybe a little bit of what we got to experience. Be able to build in a community and help. Because, you know, even though 2B2T is a destructive place, I've been able to find something else out here. Teamwork, friendship. People have been helping each other. People have been providing materials for one another. Building with each other. It isn't just the destruction and PvP of spawn. This is something else. And I have to say, I absolutely love that about 2B2T. Now, in a previous video, I saw a few people mentioning how one day all of this will be destroyed. All of it will be gone. I just wanted to say, while that is true, I have to say, in this situation, what's more important in this entire walking down the X Plus highway isn't just the fact that it's getting griefed as we speak, as players are coming down just to see this place and then blow it all up. That's not what's important. It's the teamwork and friendship and the memories we're going to have of this place. Because we're already looking back at milestones we built millions and millions of blocks back. And just being like, man, I remember that. I remember being there. I remember building there. But while I love this place to death, we all have to leave at one point or another and keep moving on our journey. It's about time that we finally reach the world border. It's been long enough.